everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and today I have a new project for you featuring new products from the new holiday catalog. I think I've said new 3 times already in this video. I couldn't wait to get my hands on the fall products. I love fall, and so anything that's pumpkin related is just right up my alley. It was the first thing that I opened out of my pre-order. This box is designed for something called Tofife? I don't know. Is this new to you guys? I've never seen these before. A whole hazelnut, caramel, hazelnut cream, and chocolate. Do you guys see that? There's 4 in here, and I saw it at my local grocery store, and I said, okay, I have to try that. I have to buy those. And since then, that was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, since then, I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them at Walmart, at the CVS pharmacy, at my local grocery store, so they should be pretty easy to find. I actually saw them at Walmart with the candy at the register. So either it's new to me or it's a new candy on the market. So of course, I designed a little box for it, and I have this beautiful little embellishment bundle here that just slides off, and then the box opens like that. Tofife. I don't know, you guys. I sound like an idiot. I don't know how to say it, but maybe at home you're saying it out loud and you sound silly just like me. Okay, so let me show you how to make this. Now, as I make this, I'm going to tell you the measurements, but remember, hop back over to my blog, and I'll have all the important information, the measurements, the product information for you. Okay, so let's start with a box. First, we're going to stamp. Oh, I need to tell you what stamps I'm using. This is called Pick a Pumpkin, and it's new. If you're watching this video on the day that I put it out, the catalog hasn't even come out, so you haven't seen this yet. It's called Pick a Pumpkin, and we have these framelits that go with it. So this was my focus when I started designing it. Now, as you see, it doesn't have a sentiment, so I pulled out Thankful Thoughts, and I'm just using that thank you right there. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this stamp right here, and this is a piece of soft suede cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5.5. So all you have to do is cut your whole piece of cardstock in half, and then you'll have what you need. So you can get 2 boxes out of 1 piece of cardstock. I love when that happens. All right, so now I'm just going to stamp this branch or leaf, I don't know, what do you want to call it, all over in soft suede ink. And then I'm going to put it on my Simply Scored, and we're going to score it. Now let me get these out of here because these were for a previous project. I seem to do that all the time. Leave those on there, and I don't want to confuse you. All right, so the long side we're going to put up here, and we're going to score it at 1 and 7.5. Okay. Now we're going to turn it, and we're going to score it on the short side at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4.5 inches. Okay? All right, now let's go ahead and trim all these lines. We're going to first, here is that 1/2 inch side, and so we're going to first cut those end rectangle pieces right on out. We don't need those. So go ahead and get rid of those first. Okay. And then to make our box close a little bit easier, this is the lip that goes inside. I want you to cut those at an angle like that. Okay. Now we're going to cut all the little score lines up to the horizontal score lines like that. And one thing I like to do to my boxes to make them go together a little bit better is to cut each tab off at an angle. Now this isn't necessary. You don't have to do this, but it does help. All right, I'm just going to do 2 of the 4 tabs for time's sake. That will help too. Sometimes my score lines are not perfect, and this helps those edges go together a little bit easier. All right, now we're going to take a piece of the DSP. This is the Painted Autumn, I believe it's called DSP, and we're going to, it measures at 2 and 5.5, okay? So we're just going to adhere it right here. But you know what? First, I forgot, we need to do something else. We're going to make a scallop, and this is just a piece of crumb cake cardstock. It is about 1 inch, and we're just going to cut it with this scalloped border right here. And you can see it's not going to reach all the way. That's okay, because we're actually going to cut it in half and hide it behind our DSP. So let's do that first. It's easier to do this now before you assemble the box than to try to adhere these on after you have assembled the box. Now you can see my magnetic plates are super new and clean. Don't you love that? Sometimes the longer you use them, the more they get bowed and scratched up, and eventually they will break in half. I've not had one completely break in half yet. I just get tired of them when they're all scratched up. So I ordered some new ones recently, and you guys are getting to see me use them for the first time. Don't you hate messing them up? Oh, they're so beautiful. All right, so this scallop border is from the Seasonal Layers framelit set, in case you were wondering. I love it. I use it a ton. I'm just going to cut it in half. Now this, you can see the skinny edge here is the edge that's going to tuck into that box. So we're going to adhere this scallop on the other edge, and that will be the edge that the edge of the box that folds into. All right, so my piece of crumb cake cardstock was a little bit too big, so that's why I cut it down the middle. You really, you don't want it to be more than an inch, because this tab right here is an inch. All right, now even if I had cut that a little bit longer, it still wasn't going to be long enough, so that's why I cut one and just cut it in half, and we're going to hide it right here behind that DSP. All right, so there we have it. Now let's go ahead and fold those score lines. And you can see my DSP looks to be just a tiny bit too long. No problem, we'll just cut that off right there. All right, now as you assemble your box, I want you to think about which side is your lid. Remember, it has that skinny lip on it. So we're gonna fold these 3 sides up, and we're gonna leave this one out because this is gonna tuck into your box. So turn it over. Let's see, I wanna make sure I get this right. And we're gonna fold it up like that. So let's put adhesive on this flap right here. Well, come on, Fast Fuse. I do recommend that you use Fast Fuse or Tear and Tape. Your boxes will not stay together if you try to use snail. All right, so fold these in like this. Make sure they're square, and fold that guy up just like that. Oh, looks like I need a little bit more here. All right, fold it up. And let's do that over here. Put one in and one like that. Let's see if my adhesive, I guess I need to put all the way to the edge so it'll reach both those tabs. All right, there we go. Now we have our box, you can see. And these little side tabs are gonna fold in and go inside your box. But you'll see it makes it a little hard to fold them in because they're kind of bulky. So what I recommend is just taking your scissors and cutting those tabs in half, just like that. It's gonna give you that smooth finish on the edge. If you cut it off, it would kind of be like a rough edge, but if you keep it there and you fold all of this in like that, then you can see that you have more of a closed edge there. All right, so there's our box, and our, I'm not even gonna say it again, Tofifi fits right in. I need to Google that so you guys won't make fun of me. I know you're out there laughing at me. I don't know, it looks yummy. I don't care what it's called. All right, so there we go. Now let's make our little bundle of goodies that go on top. And you can see what I did is I tied a piece of ribbon around there and bundled this stuff together and clipped it on. So we're gonna stamp a couple of things. And I'm going to do a little trick here with you so that you don't have to use any kind of mask on your pumpkin. You're gonna stamp it on the Tangerine Tango. Then you can take your blender pen and just wipe that off like that. Get that ink. It'll help you remove ink. This is a great tip too if you ever get ink around the edges of your stamps like that. Just take your blender pen and just wipe it off like that. That helps you kind of stay in better control than if you're using a little paper towel or something. Now I'm going to use my Early Espresso marker to do the little, I can't think of the word, the little thing on the top, the stem. Hello, the stem. All right, so there's that. Now let's do the sentiment in Early Espresso. We'll come down here like that. And I'm going to actually cut this off because that's a little too much cardstock, because we're going to cut all of these at the same time. All right, now let's use this stamp. And we're going to stamp it in Old Olive on Old Olive. Like that. All right. What else do we need? We're going to do one of these. We're going to come back to the one that we did on the front of our box. Soft suede on soft suede cardstock. And the rest, I believe, are all just going to cut out with our framelits. So let's see what framelits we need. Now this one is one of the labels. I believe it's from the, I can't remember, but I will put that in the notes so you know where I got that little banner. Here's our little pumpkin. It goes there. This is the big open pumpkin on some, everything is blanking, guys, today. I can't remember. Peekaboo Peach. There we go. Peekaboo Peach. My kids went back to school today, so I am thinking straight. You think that I could actually remember the names. All right, there we go. We have it. Now, on your magnetic platform, you can cut these all at the same time if they all fit. Let's get it on here so I don't have to move it too much. We'll start with the bigger ones first here. There's the pumpkin, and we've got this cardstock, which I could even cut down a little bit more so that we have room for everything to fit. Let's do that. We're going to put the banner right there. I hope I'm not out of the frame. I hope you guys can see this. All right, now, as I've told you in the past, sometimes the little framelits jump around. Don't try to force the framelit into the spot. You've got to move the paper to where that magnet wants you to put that framelit. Okay, now let's do this one. Line it up. Move that paper a little bit. This one doesn't have a stamp, so I'm just cutting it out like that. All kinds of fall foliage for a little bundle of prettiness. All right, there we go. Look, it all fit. I think, did I get it all? I think I did. Okay. Let's make sure nothing moves. That little pumpkin, he wants to move. Come on, little pumpkin, stay right there. All right, carefully put on the top plate and just run it through. And I'm going to run it back through one more time just to make sure that that pumpkin, the more intricate the framelit, the trickier it is sometimes to cut out. But that one actually cuts pretty good. All right, so we've got that framelit sticking on there. Let's move that out of the way. Here's this one. We're going to have to run that with the brush. That one just came out nicely, didn't it? These. All right, so now we've got the pumpkin. And this is a great time to use your brush. This is the Big Shot brush. It helps to get those out of there. There we go. And this one too. All right. There we go. Now I'm just going to use, let's look at my bundle. I'm just going to use a combination of Stampin' Dimensionals and glue dots to stack all this up, okay? Let's get our inked up stamps out of here. I'm going to start, let's see, we're going to start right here, and I'm going to put that pumpkin with a mini dimensional right there. And then on the back of that, since it is sticky, I'm going to add another dimensional. And I'm going to put this guy coming out right there. And now I'm going to switch over to some glue dots. But you could use all glue dots if you want, but you know I can't go without using some dimensionals. There's that one. And this is Crushed Curry, a great fall color. Just like that. All right, now, before I put this one on, and look, I did it backwards. Over here, you see? So I'm going to turn that around, and we're just going to stamp it again. If I can find my stamp on this crazy table. All right, let's see if I can get it on there. All right, good. Now, we're going to take some of this gold thread. You probably can't even see it. And I'm going to put my adhesive, my Fast Fuse, right there on the back. And I'm going to take it and wrap it around about 3 3 fingers about 4 or 5 times and hold on to that little loop like that. Whoops. You want it to be kind of messy. You don't want it to be perfect. And I'm going to stick this, if I can hold on to it. Well, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and we're just going to stick it on to that adhesive right there. See how it kind of makes a little nest of gold stuff? All right, one more dimensional, and this time I think I'm going to use a large dimensional and stick that right over that and stick that on there. Beautiful, love it. Okay, let's close up our box. This is some of the ribbon that we've had for a while. This is in the annual catalog. I believe it's called Natural Gold Ribbon because it's kind of a natural vanilla color with a stripe of gold through it. Tie that just like that. Make your bow. Remember, don't pull those tight until you've made sure your loops are going to lay the way you want them, and then you can pull it. All right, I want to leave these kind of long, but I'm going to cut them at an angle. And then I'm going to go over here, and this is one of our gold library clips. I use these constantly. These are so awesome. And I'm going to clip it on that bow, and then just clip it onto that pumpkin. And that's it. Aren't they beautiful? All right, you guys, that's it. I hope you can find this candy where you are. I will look and see if I can find it on Amazon so I can link it up for you guys. Remember, hop back over to my blog for all the product links and the measurements. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, you guys. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.